Hello everyone and welcome to this. As you can see, I'm not in a game, I'm in a tier list. So, yeah, I came up with this idea that at the end of every single one of my Ultra Custom Night episodes, we could take the characters that we added in that episode and we could throw them onto a tier list based on how difficult they were to deal with. So, but the thing is, I had not done that for the first 10 episodes. So, I am going to go in and rank all these characters right now so we have something to begin with on episode 11. And I figured I might as well turn it into a video so that you not actually get my reasoning for where they go on this tier list. As you can see, the rankings are Nightmare Death, Very Deadly, Kind of Easy, Easy, and Baby First FNAF. As in, ridiculously simple, does basically nothing in the nights, and it's just nothing. But obviously, some of these characters are very dependent on other characters. So these rankings, I'm allowed to change them after I put them in. This is just going to be the beginning stage of where I'm going to be putting these characters and where I feel they belong as of right now for my experience in the Ultra Custom Night All Characters Challenge. So, we're going to start off here. I tried to put them in order as they are in the game, but that's not what has happened here. So, we're going to start off with, I believe this is Backstage Freddy. Now, Backstage Freddy, he is like the one that makes the mask slow. He's the one that makes it so that the mask comes down really slowly. And he can be pretty annoying, but I don't think he's gotten me killed yet. It's gotten me put into a situation where I'm trying to flip the mask down for a Golden Freddy, now that he's in the Knights, and I'm trying to do that, and it's just a little slow, so if I take too long, it might get me killed. I think he earned a place in Solid Kind of Easy, because he can be a problem, but he's very rarely an issue, so I feel like he fits good into, well, Kind of Easy, so at least right now. Right now he goes into there. Something tells me he's not going to go much higher than that. Definitely not going to be a Nightmare Death. He's pretty much fine. He's not that hard of a character to deal with. And then there's BB. BB is the one that obviously comes in from the side vent and will shut off my flashlight. I think they land, at least as of right now, solidly into easy. They have never really gotten me killed in any scenario. They're pretty easy to stop. And when they do get in the office, there's a very small chance that they're even actually going to do much of anything. They're not gonna. There's a chance they could get me killed by Foxy, which is why I'm not putting them in the Baby First FNAF. But they can kill me, but it's just very unlikely. So next up is Beaver and Wolf. Yeah, Beaver and Wolf. He has caused issues in the past of oxygen loss and has been a big reason of why I die of oxygen loss sometimes. So I'm kind of debating whether to put him very deadly or kind of deadly. I'm thinking more kind of deadly because he can be problematic, but he's not really that horrible. He's definitely worse than Jump Scare Freddy. I mean, not Jump Scare Freddy, then Backstage Freddy and BB, so I'm putting him there. Okay, Bonnie. Bonnie is a really interesting character because he only really comes into play if you need to deal with Foxy. So, and he doesn't really kill you, and when he's kind of just an annoyance for Foxy. For Bonnie, if it's just Bonnie, and it's not Foxy or any other character that would, I think Foxy's the only character that requires to check that camera anyways. He doesn't even shut off the cameras for that long when he jump scares you, and he's not really going to get you killed. And I learned recently that apparently when he's on the desk, he actually makes Foxy appear less. Like when his thing's on the desk and Foxy's isn't, Foxy can't make progress. I learned that. So I think Bonnie slams solidly into Baby First FNAF. He is not a hard character to deal with. He can't kill you. He just shuts your camera off for a few seconds. He's a very easy character to deal with. We've barely seen him in the Nights. He is on in my series right now. He's just not there. So, Baby First FNAF. I think that's a solid place for Bonnie to be. Okay, then there's Cheats Classic. Cheats Classic has gotten me killed a few times, and is kind of a problematic character sometimes, but really isn't that bad if you keep an eye on it. I think he either goes in very deadly or kind of deadly. Like, he's killed me a few times, but I'm thinking he's more kind of deadly. He's not an unbelievably deadly character, but he can kill you sometimes. Like, he can be kind of bad, but really, as long as you're keeping an eye on him, you're chill. Loading Clock. Loading Clock's more annoying than it is deadly. Loading Clock is kind of just, it is there. It's just there. It's just there to be annoying. So if I take, where do I put this? It's definitely not very deadly or nightmare death. It's definitely not. It's just a mild annoyance at the beginning of the nights. I'm gonna put it in kind of easy because it can be annoying at the beginning of nights, especially if like withered foxy shows up in the office and it gets dark and you can barely see anything, which has happened a few times. They can be problematic, but really not that horrible. Next up is Chica. Chica is, well, I think they deserve a place in either Very Deadly or Nightmare Death. Because Chica, I'm going to put her in Very Deadly. Because she killed me very quickly after we added her in my series. She's been gone for a while, if you're not aware. And, yeah, she's problematic. Very problematic, but I don't think she's quite bad enough to go into Nightmare Death. I have a character in mind right now that I think is going to be good in Nightmare Death when I get to him, but we'll see. Got Cupcake. Cupcake is, it's barely shown up. If I'm being fully honest, Cupcake has barely shown up in the nights at all. So I think that really puts it in either easy or baby first FNAF. Like I'm going straight to baby first FNAF for Cupcake. It technically can get you killed, but it's just, you have to stay out of the cameras for so long for it to even come into effect. I think we've seen it once this entire series, and it's been on for ages. So, yeah, Cupcake barely does anything. Baby first FNAF. Endo 01 has killed me twice, embarrassingly enough, but really all you need to do to stop the character from killing you is put down the audio lure. I think it's going to go slowly into Baby First FNAF also. Really is not a difficult character to deal with. You just got to click the thing. Even though it has killed me, it did kill me twice. One time, I think the first time was a glitch. I don't know what happened. And then the second time, I just forgot about him. But if you don't forget about him and just click the lure, you're not going to have any problems with it. It really is easy. The fan. The fan turns itself off randomly, which for certain characters can be a huge problem if you're trying to balance power or balance. From one of my fan challenges, I was trying to balance eyebrows on the screen. No, that sounds really weird, but you had to use the fan to balance them, and if they hit the top or bottom of the screen, they killed you. So the fan in certain scenarios can be pretty difficult, but I think they earned a place in kind of easy, especially if you're just planning on leaving the fan off all night. If there's no characters that really require it, you're kind of chilling. It's not really that bad. Foxy. Foxy is a really interesting case. Foxy is a character that when apparently they're on 20, they are going to get in your office and may or may not kill you throughout the night. But I have put them down to 15 after they killed me the first time, and they have been on 15 forever. They've been on 15 forever, and they have not been doing much of anything. So, really, I don't know where to put Foxy. When he is on full, on 20, he's Nightmare Death. But right now, when he's not doing anything, he might as well be off. So, it really is a big spectrum for this character. I don't really know how to go by it. I'm going to put him in kind of deadly. Because when he was on 20, he was really bad. He was going to kill me. Now he's on 15, and he's really not doing anything. So, I think he's just going to go and... Actually, no, I might put him kind of easy. I don't know. It really depends. I don't really know where to put him. I know it feels like a crime to put him in kind of easy. I'm going to put him in kind of deadly. Because he's not on level with Chica. Because once you put him on 20, he's really deadly. But then you put him 15, he's nothing. So, I'm going to put him in kind of deadly simply because he's so bad on 20. So, there's Foxy. Okay, next up, I believe, yeah, that's Teaser Freddy. Teaser Freddy got eliminated a while ago, and it was mainly because of the puppet, but actually, yeah, it's because the power went out. Yeah, his last jump scare was because the power went out. Teaser Freddy, a very solid character, not really horrible. I don't think they should go in very deadly, or should they? I don't really know. They can be pretty problematic if you're not able to keep an eye on them, but I'd say they go in kind of deadly. Because, well, they're just kind of deadly. They appear there, and they can kill you, but as long as you're keeping an eye on them, you're not going to have much issue. And I think I can solidly also put Freddy Fazbear in that same category, because they're kind of the same mechanic, just on different hallways. So really, he's not too bad. Man, I'm kind of considering putting Chica in Nightmare Death. You know what? I'm putting Chica in Nightmare Death. Chica deserves to be in Nightmare Death. I'm changing that. Okay, there we go. And Golden Freddy is next up. He was in the most recent episode. I haven't had many nights of experience with him. but he has killed me a few times already, so I think he deserves very deadly because he can be very deadly in very many scenarios. Remember, I can change this afterwards. If I don't feel like that's right for him anymore, I can change it. But at the moment, I think he deserves to be in very deadly. He has caused way more problems faster than any of these characters ever did. So I'd say Golden Freddy goes in very deadly. Okay, this is Greenlight Freddy. Greenlight Freddy is an interesting case because he appears in the office and you have to click the right number in order to send him back. So for him, I really don't know where to put him. He is eliminated, so he did get me killed 4 times, which I think is kind of deserving of at least like it can't go down to easy. It's definitely not either of these. Baby First FNAF definitely not. You have to remember things. Easy is definitely harder than Balloon Boy. Harder than these characters? Yeah, I'd say he goes in kind of deadly. Because if you hit the wrong button, which I think is the reason for 2 of the deaths that I had, I think I accidentally hit the wrong button when I was going to hit the right one. But yeah, he can be kind of deadly in certain scenarios, but he's not too horrible. The hallucination Bonnies really have not been too big of an issue. They appear when you get really low on oxygen and take a little bit of your power. I'd say they go solidly and easy, or maybe even... Actually, no, not Baby First FNAF. They block your view and stuff and can be a little annoying, and they do drain power. So, I'll leave them in easy. They're not too bad. And then there's Hallucination Freddy, who every single time you hit the shock button will bring up hallucinations and block your view. I'd say he also goes in easy. Really not that big of a problem. He just blocks your view a little bit. But he can be a little annoying, but he's not that bad. JJ. I have only had JJ involved in 1 night so far, but in the night they were in, it's Baby First FNAF. JJ is so easy. Basically, they just appear in your office sometimes when you flip down the mask. Flip down the camera or flip up the camera, and they just sit there and they laugh and cause a small audio disturbance. That's the only thing they do. They don't shut down anything else. They just cause an audio disturbance for a minute. And all you have to do to get rid of them is flip up the camera. It's really easy to deal with. Okay, this next character is a very interesting character to talk about here. It is Jump Scare Freddy. Now, if you remember my night with the puppet, I was using the golden music box, and that's the only time when he appears, and when he does appear, he's kind of annoying. You do the thing to get rid of him, which is look at him in the kitchen and then then close the side doors, and you should get rid of him. And I think you have to turn off the golden music box too. It doesn't specify that, so I don't know. I was just doing it because it seemed like it was gonna. It seemed like it wasn't working when I wasn't doing that. But a lot of the time, it seemed like it wasn't working when I was doing that too. So he's really a weird character. A lot of the time, he doesn't really show up, but when he does, he's a little annoying. So I'm gonna put him in kind of easy for now. That may change in the future, but at the moment, he's kind of easy. I tested it 1 time, and the music box has to go for his music has to go for a long time before he kills you, so he really shouldn't be that horrible, but yeah, he's going there. Okay, this character. We all know this character. We all hate this character. This is Jumpscare Yellow Bear. Jumpscare Yellow Bear is the one that keeps popping in front of my cameras and blocking my entire view every few seconds when I'm on the cameras, making me close my cameras and reopen them just to get rid of him. And he kept appearing like crazy when he was on 20. He's currently on 15. But he's still pretty bad. So he's not deadly, but he is annoying. Very annoying. Unbelievably annoying. And I think for characters like this, I think he can go in very deadly, which in reality for him means very annoying. Very unbelievably annoying. He's such an annoying character to deal with that he deserves to be that high in the tier list. So yeah, there's him. He's there, and yeah, I'm tempted to put him in Nightmare Death. He is such an annoying character, especially when he's on 20. He's just so annoying. But he doesn't really get me killed, so I don't feel like he can go in Nightmare Death. So I'm going to get him in Very Deadly. Next up is Live Sky. Now, we know Live Sky. We know what happened with him. He got eliminated immediately the episode after we added him, and he was the last character we added in his episode. So he could not have could not have gotten marked down once on his episode. And then the next episode, as soon as he had the opportunity to get marked down, he just got immediately eliminated. He's such an unbelievably unpredictable character. He deserves to be in at least very deadly because simply he got eliminated so quickly after we added him. The thing is, he actually maybe he does go with Nightmare Death because he ends so many runs so easily in the wrong scenarios. He is such an annoying character. It's just so ah. So yeah, there. I think that's a good place for Lives Guy. Mangle. Mangle adds an entire new mechanic that I had to deal with by checking the vents and setting up the vent snares and stuff. I think he can go in, or he or she, yes, yes, can go in kind of deadly because like they're there. They cause issues and they can kill you relatively easily, but they're not as bad as any of these characters up here, at least right now. Chica just kills you. You just kill me. You can be pretty irritating, especially combined with another character right here that just blocks your view and you can't tell they're there. And you're trying to deal with Foxy, and before you know it, you're dead. With a combination of jump scare Freddy, I mean, not, no, backstage Freddy, and it causes all kinds of issues. Okay, Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt is really not that bad of a character, really. I'm going to put it in kind of easy because he can flip up your cameras up and down and cause problems like that. Mess with your doors and to make you keep an eye on those. But he really does not cause much problem at all, so I'm going to put him in kind of easy. And he only does it after you have below 50% power, so it's not even like a whole night thing, so it's not that bad. Phone guy, baby first FNAF, really not a problem. You just gotta click a button, and even if you miss it, he just plays an audio sound, and just it's mildly annoying for a minute and doesn't really affect much. So yeah, baby first FNAF for phone guy. Poster Yellow Bear. He has killed me once, but I have learned recently that if you just don't look at his camera and the light system, he doesn't do anything. And really, when he is there, he doesn't really do much, and it's pretty easy to deal with. I think I might put him in easy, especially now that I know if you just don't look at the light system, he won't appear. So yeah, pretty easy for him. Next up, I'm just going to call him Shadow Bonnie, but his real name is... That's the perfect name for him. I don't know, I think Scott literally just slammed on his keyboard and thought, yep, that's his name. But yeah, here's Shadow Bonnie. Basically, he appears and makes the office dark for 2 hours. Nothing you can do about it. It just makes the whole office dark. I'd say he goes in easy, really not that big of an inconvenience. He just kind of makes it so you can't see your doors or vents or see if they're closed or not, but it's really not that big of an issue. Okay, then there's Shadow Freddy. He has not really done anything, and I don't think he's even fatal. So I'm just going to put him in kind of... He's like a less bad version of Jump Scare Yellow Bear. He doesn't block your whole view or anything. He's just kind of there. And you just have to get off his camera before he makes you jump scares you, but I don't believe it kills you, so he's not really an issue. Next up is Stage Freddy. Stage Freddy is annoying. Stage Freddy is very deadly, and he's still on, but he's on 5. And when he was on 20, he laughed constantly. He laughed literally constantly. He didn't stop. And it's just so easy to get you killed. Stuffed Freddy. Stuffed Freddy, I don't know whether to put in very hard or Nightmare Death, because Stuffed Freddy is death. Stuffed Freddy, if you click at the wrong time, it's basically RNG. You just have to get lucky and hope that he doesn't appear. I'd say he's actually, I don't know, I'll put him in very deadly. I'll put him down in very deadly with Stage Freddy. He is eliminated right now and can be pretty annoying when he was on, but he's not. I don't think he's quite Nightmare Death. Teaser Mangle. Honestly, Teaser Mangle I thought was going to be a really hard character when I added him because we have Freddy Fazbear on, but I'm putting them in kind of easy. You just can't stay on the camera very long, and as long as you don't do that, then you'll be good. They can shut off your entire camera system and can get you killed very easily like that. But as long as you don't look at Cam 2 very long and just when you need to check it, just make quick switches, it really isn't too horrible. Okay, and now there's Puppet. Do I even need to say anything? I don't think I do. I don't think I need to say anything about Puppet. Puppet's Nightmare Death. might not have been eliminated the episode after we added them, but the first night we had them, literally the only reason we beat it was because Teaser Freddy got eliminated. And my strategy completely would not have worked, that I used to beat that night would not have worked with Teaser Freddy. I still can't believe I said after Teaser Freddy got eliminated that that wasn't that big of a difference, because it was. It was the reason we were able to beat that night. Puppet is just takes so much time to deal with and everything. They're still on right now, but I believe they're on 5. So, very annoying character. If you forget him for too long at the beginning of the night, they'll just straight up kill you. So, really, yeah, Puppet's Nightmare Death. Easy. Easy there. Okay, and then I think for all the mask animatronics, I think I can easily put them in kind of easy. These are two pretty much the same characters, Toy Bonnie and Toy Chica. Easily can slot into kind of easy. But there's another character that has been annoying because he's made these guys more difficult. But we'll get to that very soon. Okay, Toy Freddy. When he was on 20, he was pretty deadly. When he was on 20, he was very deadly. But now that he's on 15, he's kind of like Foxy. He kind of has not done much since. And really has not been a huge issue. So I really don't know whether to put them into kind of deadly or very deadly. They're not in easy. They're one of these two. I think I might put them in the same category as like Foxy. Simply because Foxy was kind of the same thing. Very deadly on 20, but then you put them to 15, and I have forgotten about Freddy for the first 2 hours of the night. Toy Freddy for the first 2 hours of the night, and literally has not been any issues. So yeah. And then there's Trailer Bonnie, who just became an issue in the most recent episode. For some reason. He, on top of the masked characters in Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Withered Bonnie, and Withered Freddy, have been absolute nightmare fuel. This character, honestly, it's at least very deadly right now with the masked characters. Because you hear the masked character come into your room, you flip down the camera, and then you put on the mask. And if he's in the room at the same time they came in the room, you're just dead. You're just straight dead. There's nothing you can do about it. But I have recently learned a strategy where you shock the office right before you put the mask on, and if he's there, you would have gotten rid of him. So there is a strategy to deal with him, but it's still very hard to deal with, and if it's at the wrong timing, he can be so deadly. So yeah, don't underestimate Teaser Bonnie. He can mess you up. And you're just another mask animatronic. I'll put you there. And kind of easy. Really not much of an issue. And then there's Withered Chica, which I'd say is also just solidly in kind of deadly with Mangle, because they're both kind of the same mechanic. So okay, then Withered Foxy. Withered Foxy really isn't that horrible either. I'd say I put Withered Foxy in kind of deadly. If they appear at the wrong time, they can be a problem, but overall they're not horrible. I'd say that's a pretty solid spot for them. And then there's Withered Freddy, which is another mask animatronic, so I'd say that also goes in kind of easy. And then there's the last one. We are down to Yellow Bear. Yellow Bear is pretty annoying, because when they appear, you have to pretty much shut down everything and just hope that you can win through it. But he is also a mask animatronic, but he's a little different than these guys. I'm going to put him in kind of deadly, simply because he takes up so much of your time. He can take up so much of your time and keep your eyes off of other things. And I also realized that Trailer Bonnie was probably also the reason he got eliminated, so yeah. Here, this is the current tier list of all the characters that we have added into our Ultra Custom Knit All Characters Challenge. This is all of them currently ranked that we have dealt with so far in the series. And after each episode that I'm going to be doing, I am going to be adding the characters that we add in the episode to this tier list. So next episode, I believe this will start in episode 11, at the end of the episode, instead of just saying bye, I'm going to go open the tier list and add these characters to the tier list and make any adjustments that I feel are necessary. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video where I went over the characters that we have dealt with so far. Not going to be another one of these individual episodes like this again. I'm just going to be going over and adding the characters to the tier list at the end of each Ultra Custom Night All Characters Challenge video. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this and enjoy the idea. I think it's a nice little idea just to add a little extra spice to the series. So yeah, thanks for watching and goodbye.